Welcome to this channel. This channel is for education and culture based on historical and scientific evidence. So those who do not want to face the truth, please do not continue on to watch this video. So in the past 1 week or so, I have shared the core of the ancient Wing Chun, including the Qigong, internal training of it, including the spiritual, which is Zen. And after that, a few Wing Chun friends worldwide asked me to sum up what went wrong with Wing Chun in past 120 years, so that we end up what we see today. Or if you don't call it what went wrong, you say what went off the track, and it end up to what we see today. So today I'd like to share with you. There are 5 things went really wrong. 5. So because of these 5 things went very wrong, it ended up that today's Wing Chun is no longer the 1850s Wing Chun. It cannot connect up with the Shaolin and Qi Guang and so forth. Now, so the first thing which went very wrong is, for past 120 years, when people talk about technical stuff, instead of go by book, one go by my grandmaster tell me this grandmaster said that grandmaster says so, or speculations. Instead of go by book, by evidence, this is what it is, it go all over the place. So today you can even see many things that people talk about. Say, for example, a common one, Qi. Somebody will say there's Qi, somebody say the Chinese Qi is not energy, all kind of mess. Somebody will say Qi is mind power, all kind of mess. This is the problem of not going by book. If you go by book, you will not get to this mess. That it become really, nobody really know what they are talking about anymore. Because everybody have their interpretations, have their whatever opinion, what their sifu said, what their whatever. Okay? So people who don't really study the thing, the subject, do not have experience on the subject, do not go by book and keeping going my interpretations, this way, that way, this is the Tai Chi way, internal way, well, you end up with like that. So the first thing, as what I continue to show in this channel, if we want to talk about something, go by book. Now, one thing is, when I'm going by book here, like the other day, I shared on the internal development of Wing Chun, ancient Wing Chun. Somebody start to go off topic on, oh, this lineage have this, that lineage have that. That is off topic. So, I'm presenting like a banking system, and suddenly somebody start to talk about who is a billionaire, who is not a billionaire, who is a real billionaire, who is not a real billionaire. Well, it's off topic. So, number one problem is, can everybody have their brain straight to go by book and talk only with experience on what one knows? If not, it is a mess. That's why today you see the Western technology can progress so fast. Like your cell phone, your tablet computer. But the Chinese is having those, everybody have their interpretations, philosophy. Well, there's no end to it. And it's not going to go anywhere but circle around it. So if you don't go by book, that's what they expect. Okay? And I say this by data, by evidence. You look around, everybody have their interpretation of my tan sao this way, my tan sao that way, my chi this way, my internal that way. This have to be internal, whatever. But after 120 years, nobody got it. Why? It's a simple thing. Just look at the book. What does the book say? So that's why you lost the identity of your Wing Chun. You lost the uniqueness of Wing Chun, which is the short strike, which is the sticking fighting where you penetrate him. Okay, so that's number one thing. If we cannot correct this, it's hopeless. It's a matter of education. Don't play expert on whatever we don't know. So number one is go by book. If you don't go by book, you expect that. And the problem of this past 120 years is don't go by book, like the other day I said in the other video when Daniel sent me this Chinese article on Wing Chun is Wang Chun, Praise Spring is Eternal Spring, and this guy will say Liang Zhan is not teaching the proper Wing Chun, and then whatever, all this mess. It is as simple as those people never read Chinese history. And those people have no idea what is the uniqueness and the identity of Wing Chun. You keep talking about Wing Chun is a female art from the actor who play female, but you cannot show an evidence which one of those is Wang Wapo, actor play female role, is Tai Fa Ming Gam, which is now everybody saying that he is the guru. Is he a male who play female role? Of course not. That's why everybody don't have the salutation. So what are you talking about? If you want to accord to the Chinese, go by book. It's fair for everybody. Okay? So this is number one thing. Think clearly what it is. In this issue, you see that in the Western world, if you study physics, people follow Sir Isaac Newton's principle. Not just brought up, oh, I'm Sir Isaac Newton's son, or I'm his cousin, or I learned this from Sir Isaac Newton, but nobody knows what the heck you're learning. But in the Western world, we say, okay, Newton's law, period. Doesn't matter where you go, Newton's law. So that's number one. A serious problem. It's a mental problem, education problem. The second problem, somebody who never know Buddhism, who don't know Shaolin, written that Wing Chun's spiritual is hatred. So you go watching the movie, you say that, oh, you know, the samfat of Wing Chun is hatred. It's hatred because of somebody, after the burning of Shaolin, they make the spiritual, the way is hatred. Hate your enemy. Hate the what do you call it? The qing. I just shared with you 2 days ago. know exactly what is Zen. Zen is no self, no mind, mindful, compassionate, equanimity. And in the Shaolin Classic, it said that do not have hatred, because those emotions is going to screw up your performance in fighting. So if you preaching all this hatred, all your students in Wing Chun, everybody's all this have hatred, the brother, this brother hate the other brother, that brother hate the other brother. That's why you end up with one teacher have 10 students have 10 kind of different things, and each of them hate each other. And none of these people, of course, none of this is following what is the teaching of the Shaolin. A Buddhist monk or nun will never teach you that. That's what I share with you in the spiritual of Wing Chun, the Zen. Know exactly what really Zen is. Again, this is going back to the first one. Go by book. Whatever the sutta say, follow that. Don't invent your own style and put it down there. And you mess up the entire world. So that's the second thing. If you don't get the first is get the brain straight. Know how to think, get a good education. The second thing is get the heart straight. Hey, Buddha didn't teach those kind of stuff. Zen didn't teach those kind of stuff. Shaolin didn't teach those kind of stuff. And you know that those kind of stuff is going to get you into tunnel vision, attachment, and it's going to screw you big time. But now you get into the movie, you have that, and this have that, and in the writing, you have that. So, the first thing is that you never know history. The second thing is you never read those classics. Can anybody just read something, sit down and read something, comprehend it, and then say what it says? So this is the second thing. As in the West, we say garbage in, garbage out. You teach your kid like this, garbage in, garbage out. What do you expect? The third thing, the Wing Chun, short strike Wing Chun. See, everybody talk about Tip San Tuin Da, sticking body, short strike Wing Chun. Sticking body, short strike Wing Chun is based on random, unstable, recycling momentum. And then you need to have the internal art, the breathing, handling to support that. Not structure. Not standing in any type of structure. It is a dynamic stuff. If one mistaken the unstable, random, recycling momentum and the breathing for the structure, it is a kiss of death. You block the entire thing. A dynamic thing turn into a static. That's why you cannot move as in the random, unstable, and in multi-directional. So this is the third thing. The fourth thing, Wing Chun is about if this is my front leg, this is the back leg. Wing Chun is about shoot in, penetrate him. And when you are in this range of sticking, you continue penetrate him with your leg work, with your body. Wing Chun is not about forward pressure with your hand while you're standing in a structure. If you go standing in the structure, forward pressure, you're already off. Because Wing Chun is about shoot in. When you stick in, you're still pressing with your leg and body, crush him, and you penetrate his center axis. That is Wing Chun. Not about standing square, straight line, and pressuring him with the hand. Instead, it is shoot in, sticking fighting, your leg attack him, your body press him, you penetrate his center axis using the plum flower footwork. So it never is a linear, direct, square, pressure your opponent. It is not that. So this is the fourth, right? The first one is one has to go by book. The second is get the teaching of the mentality straight. The third is it is a recycling momentum with the breathing or your internal, support that. The fourth is it is about shoot in, penetrate his center axis in the close range, attack him with the leg, attack him with the body, using the plum flower footwork. So it is never is up for everybody's interpretations. It's never, if you're a Wing Chuner, you have to hate everybody. And you have to be cruel with everybody. It is not about structure. It is not about forward pressure. The last one. Wing Chun is about dodging in and attack. Wing Chun is not about mind power, taking the internal force, power, those stuff. Like if you have a hand, I have a tan sao, I can take your force in the body. You see, I can control my student. It is not. It is dodging, striking. Okay? So it never have this Tai Chi type or Yi Quan type of your force come to me, I going down, I dissolve your force, and you see I can throw you away, or it's not that. It is dodge and strike, dodge and trip him, throw him out. So it's not about developing this energy, this jing, not those. However, it is dodge, strike, dodge, throw him, okay? And it is about, in today's Wing Chun, you practically lost your lower part of the body already. I'm serious with it. Because of this structure, because of this pressure, because of all this mind power, whatever power, Yi power, you lost your lower part of body. So let me share with you a few things. If you lost your lower part of body, forget about it. I'm not even talking about the leg attack, the body attack. I'm talking about the techniques of handling the lower part of body. Say if people attack you in this level, what are you going to do? Use your mind power, lifting your anus, straighten your spine? Well, I can show you a few things in the 1850 Siu Lim Tao sets. So, in the 1850 Siu Lim Tao set, you have this in the section 2, the chop, the slice. You have the going down, turning, okay? And which is, there's a kick over there. So for example, he's coming at me. He's coming at me. Again, this is the front leg, this is the back leg. He's coming at me. Of course, it's going to go really fast to come at me. Okay? Then, what are you going to do? Well, a very simple thing like in the 1850 Siu Lim Tao Part 1, there is a fist. Okay? So, grab this fist. So what is this? What is this about? It is just in the Kung Fu 1560, in Qi Ji Guang writing, this momentum, it is a lower insertion. It is special on counter, fast kick or fast step. Meaning when people run into you or jump into you or crush into you or kick into you in a fast way, you use that. So what is it? So he attacked me. Suddenly he drop down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift backward and give him this. Instead of going like angle like that, I'm going to shift away from the angle I'm going to give him. And if he's going to go jump at me with both hands, I am slanting my body like this. Okay? Same thing, if people kick me, I'm going down for that. Okay? So that is one of the Jena Qi Ji Guang 32 momentum. Now, so you have to lower your body to walk in the angle, okay? The second thing is, if you come in so fast in this range, you're going to turn into Guai Ma and chop him behind his head. This is what it is. But you're doing Guai Ma, and you can turn into the other side, hook him. You can turn into this, and your straight kick. So, those are the techniques under here. It's always dodging and striking. You move away, you dodge and strike. Hendrik create this? No. Clearly written in Shaolin Short Strike Classic. Black and white. Okay? Now, why are you going to train your Siu Lim Tao? Your power, your mind power, internal, your whatever power. Why are you completely missing this? In Shaolin Classic, Shaolin Short Strike Classic, it tells you already, you never want to take the opponent's force. You always dodge, strike, dodge, throw, sweep, or you hide from him and you shoot him. Because you cannot take the momentum. So the issue is that the ancestor, the Shaolin, the Qi Guang, never said that you have this Fa Jing, you can take his force, his strength. But saying that when he come in, man, move aside, attack him. That's the bottom line. So the ultimate of Wing Chun is not standing there and thinking I have this mind power, this grandmaster can do this, that. Forget about it. There's none of those exist in the past. Okay? None. Zero. Check the history. The real guy is, as I just told you, like I even show you the Qi Guang book. Because the Shaolin is using the Qi Guang stuff. Read my book, Resurrecting Wing Chun. Now, you then might question me, hey Hendrik, so how about your sixth element, the fifth element, it is the force flow. You need force flow because at this instance, you need to manual your body. So you need to have a awareness and sensitivity of how to handle your strength and the opponent's strength while in this so-called really struggling situations. But you're not using that over here. When people try to do a takedown and you try to use your Qi, your Jing to neutralize that, you must be crazy. And Qi Guang said, no, you just go sideways, you shoot at him. You need all the techniques. There's no such thing as you have all this magic power, then you can solve every problem, but you just touch him, him fly. So, there's 5 things. It end up like, if you watch the Xi Xiaodong's video on describing Wing Chun, it end up like that. You have to admit it. What Xi Xiaodong said is proper. Because we, I'm not saying you, I'm saying we all have violated what the ancestor is teaching. For past 120 years, getting worse and worse until today. These 5 things, if it is not completely deleted, reboot, you don't have Wing Chun. Don't cheat ourselves. Because with the MMA level of technology today, you cannot survive. So some friend will say, well, Hendrik, you know, maybe it should not be this drastic change and so forth. I say, well, seriously? After 120 years, you don't have nothing left. Again, by book. Whatever I'm saying, I can prove to you by evidence, by history, and by the writing. Can prove to you with science and prove to you what happened in the MMA today, or in the battlefield of Qi Guang, which is even worse. So with these 5 things, if the mind is never teach to think clearly, if the heart is never taught to be having a proper heart, if the body and the breathing is not trained to be able to handle dynamic, if the attacking not be able to handle in different angles, if the handling counter of the opponent cannot judge the opponent and counter him without a confrontation, but thinking there's some kind of energy or force or strength, magic power, What do you have anyway? So in a movie, you can choreography whatever you want. You can direct whatever you want. But in the real life, how many seconds you can face this outcome? So again, today I'm saying is like, you look at the economic, you look inside the banking system, you see all problem with the banking system. Are you going to change it or are you not going to change it? So, as in the beginning I said, it's not about who is a billionaire, who's not a billionaire. You have a really screwed up banking system which is have a collapsing economic. You're going to change it or you're not going to change it? It is this clear now, technically. So this is what I'd like to share with you. And that's why in the beginning I said, whatever I'm saying is based on evidence. I can show you evidence. Who said so, in what book or classic? And the reason why I always brought up Qi Ji Guang, why? Qi Ji Guang have to fight the Japanese samurai, Japanese warrior. What did they train? Katana, Kendo, Jiu-Jitsu. Now I'm saying, not saying that who is better than who, I'm saying that you look at the technology. Will you be able to cover the opponent? So that's why, again, I'm using Qi Ji Guang, is because nobody in past 460 years is better than him. So, for past 120 years, there is no grandmaster or superstar who is better than what the 1850s, the Shaolin Sword Strike, the Qi Ji Guang classic record. And with those records, those classic, if you apply in today, you see right away, my opponent's like that. If I don't have this technology, I cannot play. Or I do all this kind of thing. To an inexperienced, untrained person or weak person, probably I can do it. But for the trained, no way. So, in the past few days, I have shared with you the entire system. That's the bottom line. Again, everything I say, I have to face, I have to base on, go by books. And this is going by books.